Alright, sports fans, we are live. Or at least we should be. Let me just check really quickly. And also pull up the comments. So we got the Generals and Stars in the USFL playoffs today. The winner will advance to the championship game to take on the winner of the later game, which is the Generals, the Breakers against the Stallions. So yes, we are live. So thank you for joining us. I'm going to pull up the comments, and once I get them up, I'm going to put out a poll of who you guys think is going to take home the win today. If it's going to be the Generals, or if it's going to be the Stars. These two teams have played twice in the regular season. The Generals took home both meetings. Most recently, they played in Week 10, or last week. Alright, let me just get this poll out. Give me 1 second. I'll get to who I pick in 1 second. Alright, sorry, it shows it's being not great connection on my end. Let me know if it's how your connection is. Alright, so who do I pick? Good question. Both teams are good. I am gonna go with the Generals. I think I set a score of 27-23 in my playoff prediction video. So, yes, I do have the Generals winning. Alright, sorry, this is not being smooth for me. Let me know how it is for you guys. Your voice is a bit delayed. Picture does not match the audio. Alright, let me see if hopefully it gets better. Because I'm using all the same settings I always am. So it should be fine. I'm not sure why. It's... Alright, I'm also just going to pull up the rosters. So, let me get those up real quick. And the game should start in a few minutes. As it is scheduled to start at 3, obviously it'll be a little bit later. So I'm interested to see how the attendance for the games today will be after the only team able to bring in good attendance in the regular season was the Stallions, because they were the home team and all games were played in Birmingham. Also, let me know if the connection gets any better. It should. I don't know why it's not cooperating right now. But let me know in like a minute if it stayed the same, gotten any better, or gotten worse. And also, I'm going to pull up the inactives right after I do the roster. Alright, inactives. Alright, Generals inactives today include... Hold on 1 second. Alright, let me see 1 second. Alright, Generals inactives today include, or all of them, a wide receiver Jamon Moore, quarterback Kyle Lauletta, defensive back Christian Tutt, wide receiver Landon Lenore, cornerback Dewan Neal, running back Kingston Davis, tight end Mason Stikes, outside linebacker Angelo Garbett, offensive lineman Justin Calderon, and defensive lineman Deion Caesar, Caesar, yeah, okay. And star inactives are... Alright, so make sure to vote on that poll if you haven't already. If you have a score prediction, make sure to let me know in the comments. Alright, let me know how the connection is. Because I don't know, it seems like it's a little better. It's still not ideal, though. Alright, so now, stars inactives. Defensive back, Bradley, I don't know how to say his name, Sylve, Swive. Wide receiver, Brennan Eagles. Defensive back, Evan Worthington. Linebacker, Tavon Coney. Running back, Paul Terry. Linebacker, Avery Roberts. Offensive lineman, Kobe Ragland. Offensive lineman, Clay Wigalt. Offensive lineman, Leon Johnson. And defensive lineman, Tony Fair. Alright, so it seems like the connection is still not good. It seems really, really bad right now. Not sure. I could restart it. Like, shut the stream off, restart my computer, but I just did that, so it shouldn't be a problem. I don't know. And then come back in a minute. It seems like my overall computer is getting a little faster at the moment. But going back to attendance, right now it doesn't look like there's a bunch of people there. So, obviously it would be better if there was people there. Alright, so it looks like there's some people there, not bunch, though. I just found a picture. So, hopefully the connection gets a little better. Is it super hot there? Maybe why not a lot of fans? Yeah, I think I looked up the weather before just to make sure there was not going to be, like, any rain delay or, like, lightning delay or anything like that. It was, like, 90-something degrees, so yeah, pretty hot. Alright, seems like the connection is getting a little better. Let me know in the comments how it is, if it's better for you. It looks like it's improving for me. So far, everyone in the poll said the Generals. If you guys have a score prediction, make sure to let me know in the comments. I'm going Generals 27-23. And for the Stars, if they're going to win, their defense is going to have to play well. But I think they're going to more need to outscore the Generals. Because, like, I don't know, like, how to put it. Because, like, the Generals are really good offensively and defensively. And the Stars are really just good offensively. They don't have a very good defense. Alright, so it seems like my connection is improving. Alright, so it just went from poor connection to excellent connection. So, hopefully that improved for you guys too. Freezing up here and there for a second, but not badly. Okay, good. And go New Jersey. I'm also a General fan, so I will obviously be rooting for the Generals. Alright, seems like the connection is going the right way. Still a little bit slow, but seems like it's getting better. So the stadium doesn't seem like packed, but as they go around, it seems like there's a good amount of people there. Definitely way more than a regular season game in Birmingham. Sorry about that. I was just gonna check something now. I don't remember what it was. You're saying the Generals 20-17? Okay. I can see that. I think it'll be a little bit more high scoring. And for the Generals, something to watch is how they're going to use their quarterbacks, DeAndre Johnson and Luis Perez. They have been using somewhat of a two-quarterback system for the majority of the season. There was one game where DeAndre Johnson played the whole game. That was against the Breakers. Then Luis Perez played the whole game when DeAndre Johnson got hurt. So, they're flipping the coin right now. as obviously everything's going to be a little bit delayed because there is a playoff. It is a playoff game, so obviously the stakes are much higher than a regular season game. And it looks like the Stars are going to be getting the ball to start off the game. Alright, the connection right now seems much, much better. Alright, just let me know in the comments like one final time to make sure it's good. Because it does seem much, much better. That's what I was checking before. Okay, I've remembered. The Generals do have 3 of the 4 award winners on their team. They have Coach of the Year Mike Riley. They have Offensive Player of the Year Darius Victor and MVP Cavante Turpin. The Defensive Player of the Year is the other, and that went to the Gamblers Chris Odom. Pre-game betting odds, Generals were the 5.5 point favorite. Alright, and we are officially underway as I'm going to end this poll, and now my computer is freezing up. As the Stars return this kick to the 32-yard line. Alright, sorry. This is being really, really annoying at the moment. So we got... Alright, there we go. First quarter, 1st and 10. Stars have the ball. And I'm going to end this poll. So 1st and 10. Here's Cookus to throw on the first play of the game, or first scrimmage play of the game, and he finds, I don't know who that is, number 7 over the middle, complete. So now we got 2nd and 1. Hold on, let me change this. I'm definitely going to forget to change the down and distance some points throughout the game. Alright, 2nd and 1. Here's Matt Colburn, and he's going to run for 4 yards to pick up the first down. And there's a pre-snap penalty. Looks like it's going to be... It is a offsides, or whatever you want to call it. Neutral zone infraction, whatever they're calling it right now. On the Stars. Sorry, Generals. So that's going to bring them 1st and 5. Here's Cookus to throw and finds Matt Colburn on the check down and breaks a few tackles before being pushed back just shy of the first down marker at to bring up a 2nd and 1. They may have even given the first down. I think it was just short. Yeah, they are going to mark him short, 2nd and 1. Play clock winding now. Just got the snap off. Here's Colburn running left and just picks up the first down. So far, the Stars look pretty good offensively, but for the Generals' defense, no big plays or anything like that. So obviously, just short gains. Cook is 2 for 2 for 13 yards. 1st and 10. Cook is again to the air, and he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 48-yard line to bring up 2nd and... Let's see. Or in on the sack. Looked like they sort of had a quarterback spy on him. Because he wasn't, like, rushing from the beginning. Or maybe just, like... I don't know what to call that. 2nd and 16. For the Stars. Here is Cookus. Over the middle, that is number 14. Again, I don't know who that is. That is... I still couldn't tell who that was. Hold on. Number 16. Number 14. Dang it. That is DeAndre Overton. And that brings 3rd and 1. Didn't get a chance to change it. Here's Cookus on the read option play. And he's going to keep it and slide down for the first down. I'm going to change the color of these teams a little bit. I feel like the Generals are slightly too bright. Alright, there we go for the Generals. And the Stars, I'm going to make a little bit more orange. So 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line for the Stars. Sorry, I'll probably do that. Over the middle, that knocked away by Devontae Bosby of the Generals. Alright, there we go. That's better. Second and 10, also forgot to change the down and distance. Here's a delayed give to... Couldn't tell who that was. That didn't look like Matt Colburn. Number 6. I know Paul Turry was the backup running back, but he is inactive for the game. So, number 6, I think I said. But that brings up 3rd and 9. Whoops. Yeah. Right. Here's Cookus. Fires to the end zone. Threw it way too far. Intended receiver was number 12. Let me check who that is. Chris Rowland, wide receiver out of Tennessee State. Way too far. Intended receiver was number... And that brings up 4th and 9. Luis Aguilar of the Stars kicker on for the field goal. And that one is good. And the Stars take the opening kickoff and go right down the field to score the game's first points. As they take the early 3-0 lead. Not sure if I read this comment, but it says "Go Generals." That was from a little while ago. But I'm also rooting for the Generals because I am a General fan. I was just going to say something, now I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry about that. So, now let's see if the Generals can come back and put together a scoring drive of their own, at least a field goal. But ideally a touchdown. Obviously, you want a touchdown every drive. So, typically with the Generals and their quarterbacks, Luis Perez has played more of the first half, while DeAndre Johnson in the second half. But obviously, like, they still, like, play them, like, they intersperse them throughout each half. It's not like we only have Luis Perez in the first half and then DeAndre Johnson in the second half. But 8:24 remaining in the first quarter as the Stars take a 3-0 lead after their opening drive field goal. Here's a return. Cam Eccles' looper slips down at the 22-yard line. He is the Generals' kick returner, and MVP Kavonte Turpin is their punt returner. Also, let me change this ball marker. Give me 1 second. Luis Perez comes in at quarterback to start for the Generals. He's only got 1 interception, and he has, I'm not sure if that's attempted or completed, but 148 passes without an interception. Sorry, I also forgot to change this to 4th and 9. Alright, 1st and 10 for the Generals. Play action. Wow, Trey Williams just got ran over in the backfield. And Luis Perez gets sacked back at the 10-yard line to bring up a 2nd, and I believe I said he was at the 22, so 2nd and 22. That's, according to my calculation, they may have marked him down at the 11. Second and 21 is what they're going to mark it as. Okay. And the Generals did put DeAndre Johnson in at quarterback. Didn't even see that. But they did have to spend their first time out of the game as the play clock was winding down. And they didn't want to make it 2nd and 26. So DeAndre Johnson is coming back in at quarterback after the timeout. He leads the USFL in yards per passing attempt at 10.3. He has thrown for over 1,000 yards, even with missing a few games and not being a total passing quarterback. He's more of the runner, but he does throw the ball. You'd have to throw the ball to get over 1,000 yards. So 2nd and 21. DeAndre Johnson in at quarterback. Here's Turpin coming around, and he got the ball and fell. What's with people falling today? Turpin just fell down, and Eccles Whooper, the kick returner, fell down on the kick return. So now that's going to bring 3rd and 23. Oh, still 3rd and 21. So 3rd and 21. Third and 21. Here's Perez to throw. He's going to look like he was going to wind up and take a deep shot, but he finds Darius Shepard coming back to the ball to bring up 4th down. So now that's going to bring up 4th and 11. So they did get 10 yards there, but obviously not enough to move the chains on a 4th and 21. Here's Brock Miller, one of the better punters in the USFL, on kick away for the Generals. And wow, almost got it blocked. Here is Maurice Alexander, and he calls for a fair catch. So possession switches to the Stars on the punt, as an unsuccessful first drive for the Generals offense. The Stars will have the ball at their own 23-yard line after the punt. So, when you look at it, that was a really, really good punt, completely flipping the field. The Generals had the ball at, their own 21-yard line? And now the Stars have it at their own 23. Yeah, the Generals had it at their own 21. Yeah, 56-yard punt. That was a very good punt. And the player who caught that pass before the punt for the Generals, Darius Shepard, he has battled a few injuries, but when he's been on the field, he's been really, really good for the Generals. I'm going to pull up Darius Shepard's stats for the season. Give me 1 second. Alright, it is not letting me pull up his stats, so let me try a different way. Alright, here we go. Darius Shepard. And now they're back from commercial break. Darius Shepard, 27 catches, 323 yards, and a touchdown. So I did think his numbers were a little bit better. Here's Cookus on an RPO over the middle. There is, don't know who that is. Alright, 1st and 10 again after the first down completion. First and 10 now at their own 37-yard line. Here's Cookus to throw again. Going to step up and tuck it and run. He's got some space. Able to turn the corner on number 21. Don't know who that is. 21 on the Generals defense before he was shoved out of bounds. 21 on the Generals is Trey Elston. And that brings up another first down. So 2 plays, 2 first downs for the Stars on this drive. So 1st and 10 with the ball on the other side of midfield. Good start to this drive for the Stars. Here's Cookus to throw again. And over the... Oh, big hit at the end of that play. The ball was caught, but then a massive hit knocked it out. And that is the first play. This drive for the Stars that did not result in a first down. Second and 10. I would like to see them hand the ball off here to Matt Colburn, who is in the backfield, and he will get the ball, but is only going to get 2 yards as he gets to the 40-yard line before being taken down by 2 defensive linemen. Here's Cookus, rolls out right, and is tripped up in behind the line of scrimmage by number 93 of the Generals. I don't know his name. That was a big sack there, because Cookus, it did look like he had room in front of him. And he potentially could have gotten to the first down. I'm not sure how much room he had in front of him, as there is a flag. Delay a game on the Stars. I mean, that could be intentional. Trying to give himself a little bit more room to punt, too. But now that's going to bring up 4th and 15. Turpin back deep calls for a fair catch inside his own 10-yard line. And the Generals get their second chance on offense. Hopefully this one is a little bit more effective than the first one, where all they did was punt the ball back to the Stars on 3 plays. So, Generals quarterback is again something to watch. After the first drive, they played Perez, Johnson, Perez. They, what was I saying? They had DeAndre Johnson to come in and run sort of like a read option, but not really. Like, typically on a read option, the quarterback would keep it and go outside. This time it was like a, I don't know what to call it. But, where he would either hand it off on the jet sweep to Turpin, or he would keep it himself, and instead of going around the outside, he would go up the middle. So 1st and 10, Darius Victor in the backfield. I believe that's the first time we've seen him, the USFL Offensive Player of the Year. Luis Perez in at quarterback as the Generals start this drive from their own 8-yard line. Here's Perez thrown quickly outside, and there is Alonzo Moore. And he gets the Generals' first down of the game as they pick up, not sure how many they got there. So 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Obviously, there's no 2-minute warning in the first quarter. Here's a toss out to Darius Victor, and he gets about 5 there to bring up 2nd and 5. Whenever Darius Victor gets the ball, he's always looking for contact. He does not shy away from contact. So he's the type of back that's he's not gonna make you miss an open space, but instead he's going to run you over. It's weird. He's a power back, but he's also a very good pass catcher. 2nd and 5. Here's right back to Victor. This time going outside, and takes a big hit right at the first down marker. I'm not sure if they're going to give him the first down. Let's see. 3rd and 1 is what they're marking it as. It was definitely very close. When you think about it, it did seem like the knee was down, but there is Victor. He is 5'8", 209. 3rd and 1, with the way they've been running the ball these past few plays, I would not be surprised to go right back to it. Stars are expecting run. They've got a bunch of linemen, and Darius Victor runs right through him. Okay. But the Stars, they had a bunch of defensive linemen in there. Am I doing game 2? I assume you mean, well, I know what you mean. But yes, I am doing game 2 as well. That is tonight, at 8 o'clock or 7:50 when the stream will start. For the Stallions against the Breakers, yes, I am doing that as well, to answer your question. And is that the end of the first quarter? I think it is. Yep, end of quarter number 1. Second quarter, low scoring game so far, 3-0 Stars. As their opening drive field goal is the only points of the game. Generals are having a good drive right now as they've been running the ball very, very effectively. On this drive, the Generals, they have gone 4 plays on 27 yards. And you've got a 11-yard pass to Alonzo Moore to start it off. Then you've got Darius Victor 5-yard run, Darius Victor 4-yard run, and Darius Victor 7-yard run. So, good ball movement after the Generals' first drive was 3 plays for -1 yards. I believe Luis Perez has been at quarterback for the entirety of this drive. Yeah, he has. Because I remember he threw the ball, and then he's just handed it off a few times. Okay, now here's a question I have. Why are they running the ad? What, like running an ad for today's game, the Generals against the Stars, when it's on right now? That makes no sense. Because if someone is watching this, obviously they're going to know what they're watching. And they're back in Canton, Ohio, home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, where the USFL playoffs are taking place. We've got 1st and 10 for the Generals. I would like to see them run the ball again. Darius Victor in to the right of Luis Perez. The Generals are throwing 35-yard line. And looks like a pre-snap penalty. It was a run. False start on the Generals to bring up 1st and 15. In the first quarter, the Stars had exactly 10 minutes of possession time, while the Generals had exactly 5 minutes. Here's a draw play with Darius Victor. Wow, he got through that. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. After good running by Victor on 1st down. And of course they're going to call it 2nd and 7. I'm not sure if you guys have seen my previous streams when we've done watch parties like this, but whenever I say, yeah, I'm going to call this like for that 2nd and 6, they're going to say, oh no, we're going to call it 2nd and 7. Here's Perez throwing sideline complete. Good job keeping his feet in bounds by number 10. I think that's Darius Shepard. Yeah, I'm like 95% sure that's him. Let me check real quick. Yes, Darius Shepard is number 10. Also forgot to change that to 1st and 10. Here is Victor stiff arming one and running over another as he gets the first down at the 40-yard line. First time the Generals have crossed over midfield today. I think this was the same play. The Generals went right back. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell right there if the play was designed to go inside and Victor broke it outside, or if it was like a designed counter play. But anyway, it worked out very, very well. 5 carries, 37 yards for Victor, all on this drive. Like, that's his game numbers, but all of it has come on this drive. Here's Victor once again. And again, now that has to be 2nd and 5, right? Could be 2nd and 4, but I'm like 95% sure they're going to call that 2nd and 5, so. Yes, they are calling that 2nd and 5. Darius Victor has 44 first downs, which is the most by a single player. It was the second most, I forget what that was, total yards. Here's Alonzo Moore to the outside, complete for a first down. Channing Stripling there in on coverage. He was a all USFL cornerback and leads the USFL with 7 interceptions, I believe, maybe 8. General's current drive taking a lot of time, 5.5 minutes at the moment, or really 5:40. 9 plays, 65 yards. Perez still in at quarterback. He's been in this entire drive. Here's a delayed give to Trey Williams, who had a big 61-yard touchdown run last week. This time he's only going to get 2. I also forgot to change that to 1st and 10. And Luis Perez comes out at quarterback. DeAndre Johnson in for the 2nd and 8 play. Alright, 2nd and 8. Here is, again, that same play that they were going to try to Turpin. This time, I think the better read was to hand it off. But, Johnson, it looked like he kind of, like, second-guessed himself. He was like, no, I'm going to keep this, and then he wanted to go hand it back off. But, he was tackled. DeAndre Johnson was tackled in the backfield for a loss of 3 to bring up 3rd and 11. Here is Perez taking a shot over the middle, intercepted. I don't know who he's looking for there. Number 23 of the Stars, don't know his name, in on the interception, and it is returned. Still going. This might be a pick 6. And no, but really, really good return. There is a flag. This may come back. We don't know what this is. Let's see what the flag is. It's roughing the passer, so it's not an interception. And it's going to give him a first down. That is like the worst penalty you want on an interception. And an interception and a 3rd and 11. I don't know who that was intended for. So I think Wooly Brandon, the tight end there, thought it was intended for him. They are reviewing this roughing the passer call as they review all personal fouls in the USFL. I'll get to the comments in 1 second. But I think Perez wanted to go lead Turpin into the end zone. But because he was hit as he threw it, he didn't get enough on the ball. I mean, Turpin was also double covered, so I'm not sure that was the right decision anyway. Um, 17-21 New Jersey. You're saying they're gonna win 21-17, or the Stars are gonna win. I'm not sure what you're saying. I think you're saying the Generals are gonna win. If I'm understanding you correctly. All right, so this replay is taking a long time. What are they reviewing? Let me see if I can figure out what they're reviewing. Let's see. Here's the call. And they are calling this an interception. They decided to, whoops, pick up the roughing the passer flag and give this to the Stars as an interception. I'm not sure what else they would have been reviewing. That was a very, very long review. Oh, I just missed the first down play. I think it was a run with Matt Colburn. But that was Luis Perez's first interception in 153 pass attempts, which was the longest in the USFL. But 2nd and 5 for the Stars. Cook is in the empty formation. It's a quarterback draw. And Cook is into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Stars take the 9-0 lead. There is some pushing and shoving after the touchdown. But it was a touchdown. I saw Case Cook is still on the field, but then I remember he's also the Stars' holder for kicks and extra points and stuff like that. Typically teams use punters, but apparently in this case, they like how Cookus does it, as this kick is right down the middle. As the Stars now take a 10-0 lead. So talk about really, really bad for the Generals. They had a really good drive going. Then you think you're getting a first down because of a roughing the passer penalty. The flag gets picked up, and now the Stars score a touchdown to make it a 10-0 game. So I'm here for the Generals. Obviously they need to score. A touchdown would obviously be ideal. But I mean, I would expect them to go back to the ground and the rushing attack like they did last drive before they threw the interception. So 9:23 remaining in the first half in Ohio, where the game is being played. Pro Football Hall of Fame, I mentioned before. Cam Eccles-Looper back to receive the kick. Hopefully he doesn't slip this time. Here is Eccles-Looper. Jumps over a few people that were lying on the ground and gets it up to the 28-yard line, but there is a flag down the field, and again, some pushing and shoving after the play. Let's see what the call is. But anyway, it should be 1st and 10 Generals, so let me just get this up. Alright, I missed the penalty. But it is... Oops, whoops, sorry about that. First and 10, here is Trey Williams. Cuts it back inside and gets to the 38 or 39-yard line. That brings up 2nd and 4. We'll get to the comments in 1 second. DeAndre Johnson in at quarterback. Here's a give to Trey Williams, who got stripped up after 1 yard to bring up 3rd and 3. I knew it would be a little hard for the Generals to beat them 3 straight times, but I see them making a comeback. I do too. I don't see the Generals getting blown out here. In fact, I think the Generals are going to come back and win at this point. I mean, it's only 10-0. There's still plenty of time remaining. But you're right. It will be hard to beat them 3 times in a row. But I do think the Generals will definitely make this close. Here's Perez over the... Oh, almost dropped by Kavontae Turpin. But, Generals looking for a flag there for a potential like horse collar attack or something like that. But 1st and 10. It was a slight bobble by Turpin when it first hit his hands. But he was able to, yeah, I guess you, maybe that late hit there. Not like a late hit, but like a helmet-to-helmet hit after he was already almost on the ground. I could see what they were talking about there. Here is Trey Williams again. And he's going to get about 2 yards there to bring up 2nd and 8. So with the way the Generals have been using their quarterbacks, Luis Perez has gotten some more playing time early. 2nd and 8. Trey Williams still in the backfield at running back. Last drive, it was mainly Darius Victor. Here's a quick out route to Darius Shepard. Again, very good job keeping his feet in bounds. That's the second toe tap type catch we've seen from him. And that's going to bring up 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 4. As they cut yards to go in half, bringing 2nd and 8 down to 3rd and 4. But overall for the crowd, after seeing a quarter and a half of football, I would say it's a pretty good size. Here's Perez over the middle, Trey Williams. So now Trey Williams he's a receiving back, but he's also a good running back, just like a runner, not just a pass catcher. But now he's the complete opposite of Darius Victor. He's more of the I'm gonna make you miss rather than I'm gonna run you over. Right there, it was an example of where he kind of just needed to put his head down and go. But Trey Williams now up this season had 24 catches for 126 yards. And I was also going to make a point about something, but now I forgot what it was. Let me see if I can remember. Here is Perez. Again, quick out route to, this time, Alonzo Moore on the catch. And that brings 2nd and 6. Sorry, I forgot to change the down and distance. Looks like an RPO again. It seems like whenever they go back to this play, it seems like it's an RPO. This one definitely looked like it. Channing Stripling, 7 interceptions in 7 games played, and 6 interceptions, or I should say it this way, he has an interception in 6 of 7 games. No. So the Stars, every team plays every other team. There's a total of 8 teams. So you're going to play 7 other teams, plus in your division twice. So in the other 7, he has an interception in 6 of 7. Again, I don't know how to say this. They just said it perfectly on their caption there. But did we get the 2-minute warning? No. General's called a timeout. Okay, that's why they're at commercial. But how do I say this? So he's had an interception against 6 of 7 opponents. There, that's how I say it. So far, the Generals have thrown at him a few times. Hasn't gotten any interceptions. Hasn't even forced any incompletions. Channing Stripling's got 4 tackles. That's about it today. Alright, so back at the game, after their commercial break for the Generals calling a timeout. So 2nd and 6. Let me see who's the quarterback. Luis Perez is the quarterback. Wait a minute, I just realized Luis Perez is wearing sleeves on a 90-something degree day. So was Alonzo Moore. He must be like dripping wet with sweat. I just realized that. Here is a fake jet sweep to Turpin, but a give to Darius Victor, who maybe got a yard. Not much there, even for a powerful runner like Victor. And that brings up 3rd and 5 after a gain of 1. So now, even though the Generals have run the ball fairly well, this game, I do want to see them throw the ball. I mean, because, yeah, they can pick up this yardage if they do run the ball, but I do want to see them throw it here. I think you have a better chance of getting it. Darius Victor is the back. 3 receivers on the field, 1 tight end, and a running back. They are going to throw it. Perez fires over the middle and knocked away. Intended for Darius Shepard. So now, he had a very tight window to fit the ball into right there. Here's a look from behind the quarterback of what he saw. Turpin was an option. Okay. All of them stopped. I think that was the problem. Like, Darius Shepard, it was like a... I don't know what you want to call that, but he just, like, sort of like a curl, but not really. So, like, once he got to the end of it, he just stopped. Oh, the Generals are going for it. He just stopped. No, they're not. Never mind. Well, they could be. That was the Stars that called their first timeout, I believe, right? Let me check that really quickly. Yeah, Stars called their first timeout. So I guess it kind of caught them off guard that the Generals were going to go for it. Really, I didn't expect them to go for it here. Let me see if I agree with this decision. Well, you are at the Stars' 37-yard line on 4th and 5. So the Stars' 37-yard line. That brings a 54-yard field goal attempt. But Generals kicking has not been good. They've used like 3 kickers this year, none of which have been very good. They started off the season with Nick Rose. He was bad. Then they signed Austin Jones. He was bad. And now I don't even know who they have as their kicker. What is this doing? But, now the Generals kicker is... Kaden Novikov? I'm pretty sure I did not say his name correctly. Nick Rose is actually still on the roster. Who kicked off for the Generals? That could be their kicker, but then sometimes punters also kick it off. It was Novikov. I'm hoping I said his name correctly, but he kicked off, so he's probably the kicker today. It would just be weird. You would think they'd have Nick Rose on the inactives there, but apparently they didn't. When I said them in the beginning of the stream. So 4th and 5, I do think the Generals could go for it. Let's see if they do. They're just advertising for the Breakers Stallions game, which is later tonight. We will also have a live watch party for that, just like right now. That will start. Generals are still going for it. That will start at 7:50 Eastern Time, about 10 minutes before the game starts. So I hope to see you guys there. And we will also obviously continue this game. Generals have decided they're going for it. Mike Riley's made his decision. 4th and 5. There is Wooly Brandon. No, Braden Bowman, sorry. I got their numbers confused for a second. Braden Bowman, the tight end there on like a, again, sort of like a curl, but like not a curl. I don't know what to call it. This time, much more space to throw the ball into, bigger window. The Generals do convert on fourth down, to bring up a 1st and 10. There we go. 1st and 10. Perez to the air again, over the middle. Wow, big hit there by Channing Stripling. That was caught by Darius Shepard. So now they're going right back to the 4th down. No, that was that play right there. Never mind. But Luis Perez would definitely like to target Darius Shepard. Because, I mean, for good reason. He's a very good receiver. 2nd and 5. I looked up his numbers before. They weren't, like, overly impressive. Only, like, 300 and something yards. Here's Trey Williams with some space. Unable to break free, but does get the 1st down. What was I saying? Oh, Darius Shepard. So, alright, I'll get to this point later. I actually saw a YouTube video on this. Alright, why does Darius Shepard... There we go. Okay, that's really weird. On the roster, I have to click on his face for it to open. Like, oh, here's a jet sweep to Turpin. Technically, that's an end around. But, he gets 2 there. Maybe 3. But we have reached the 2-minute warning. Sorry, I just realized I was blocking the down and distance. But that was a 3-yard run by Cavante Turpin. And that brings up 2nd and 7, or it should be. Because if it's 1st and 10... Alright, let's do some basic math. If it's 1st and 10, and you got a 3-yard run, that would bring up 2nd and 7. Oh, what I was saying... Oh, real quick, back to Darius Shepard. Where is he? He's a receiver. But, Darius Shepard, he's only played 8 games. Alright, I thought he played a lot less than that. The game started as a really, really dumb stat for receivers. Because, I mean, even if you're not on the field for the first offensive play, and you're like, take Cavante Turpin, for example. He's played in 10 games, but he's only started 7. That's a really, really dumb stat. But, Randy Satterfield, Generals wide receiver, he had, not sure if you guys remember, he had the first catch of the USFL season against the Stallions, when he made a big jumping catch, and sorry, there's a bug right here, I'm just shooing it away, go away. And then he also caught the first touchdown. And he's been like just nowhere. He's only played in 9 games. So it seems like the Generals had a really, really good 1-2 punch at wide receiver with Turpin and Satterfield. But now they have a good 3 with Turpin, Shepard, and Alonzo Moore, with Randy Satterfield being like their number 4 receiver, but the Generals don't use a lot of 4 receiver sets. Oh! That could be late hit, but I guess not. That was intended for Cavante Turpin. Again, off his hands. He almost had a drop earlier. but ended up securing that one. This one went through his hands and then took a big hit in the back. Third and 7 for the Generals. They are the league's best on third down. Just don't force anything into coverage. Here is Alonzo Moore. First down, maybe? That is very close. Oh wait, I'm marking it a first down. It's a first down in my book. Alright, first down. Let's see. I don't know where the marker is. Alright, he might be just short. But, so now here. Alright, official measurement. Yep, he's just short. Short by 19 inches. That's fourth down. Alright, 4th and 1 for the Generals. And they are going for it. Okay. And it is stopped by the Stars. And I was just about to say, I'm going for this. You have a certain someone named Darius Victor on your team who's capable of running a few people over and can easily go get you 19 inches. That's exactly what they did. They went right to Darius Victor. I just disagree with the formation they went in. I would go with, what's it called? I would go with the quarterback under center, not I form. That's when you have a fullback. But, like, I would have had the quarterback under center instead of in the shotgun formation. I just feel like that's a better way, especially for a runner like Darius Victor, who's a powerful running back. I would have had him agree with the play call. I would have just ran right up the middle, but, I just disagreed with the formation. But, again, I agree with the call to go for it, as when we also changed this to Stars ball. New Jersey is selling. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean by that? Okay, here we go. They should have faked the run. I mean, I understand that it's 4th and 1 and we have the best halfback in the league, but I don't know that New Jersey quarterback is playing bad. Good point. I mean, yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying. They sold out on the run. So if you go play action there, you've got a sure conversion. So, yeah. With what you're saying, I mean, you put Luis Perez in there, which he was in there. So, yeah, I can understand what you're saying. My first thought was you have a big well, he's really not that big, but you have a physical running back. But I mean, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, no, 10 or 11 guys in the box on that play. Luis Perez should have seen that look and then changed the play or something like that. Yeah, they had 10 guys in the box. I mean, I understand you have a really, really good running back, but you're not going to outblock with like 7 or 8 guys. You're not going to block 10. Here's Matt Colburn dragged down after a yard to bring up 2nd and 9. Let's see if how the Stars work this clock. If they're going to go and just run out the clock, or if they're going to go try to put something together. Starting off with a run, you would imagine they're just going to see if they can get a big play, and otherwise just be content to run it out with a 10-point lead. Yeah, they don't seem to be in any real rush. They've wasted a bunch of time here. So you'd have to imagine they're just... Yep, here's another delayed give. On 2nd and 9. and that's going to bring up about 3rd and 5, maybe 3rd and 4. Actually, 3rd and 6. Okay. And they're going to take this one to the locker room. So at halftime, yeah, come on, Generals is right. But so now, I'll get more to this when I return from my short break, which I do at every halftime. But I don't think the Generals have played bad at all. I feel like they've actually played a pretty good game. But as I said, I'll get more to that when I come back. So I'm going to go take a very short break, and I will see you guys when I get back in about a minute. So, I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. Thank you everyone for staying with us. Or with me, whatever you want to call it. But going back to my point about how the Generals did not play bad. They played... I feel like they played pretty well. The only thing... I mean, when you look at it, the defense played well like usual. The only thing was... You look at it and you're like... Well, the defense did give up 10 points. Yeah, but the Stars started with the ball inside the red zone after the pick six, or not pick, but like after the interception. So I feel like the Generals offensively, aside from there's two plays offensively that stand out to me. There's the interception, which I still don't necessarily agree with the decision to go to Turpin with the ball there. He was double covered. Because, like, when he's double covered, but then if he put a little bit more, I still don't agree with that decision. I would put that ball somewhere else. Braden Bowman, or maybe he was trying to get the ball to Bowman, and the hit made the ball sail. That's a point, or that's a theory I have. And then the other play was that fourth down. As brought up in the comments, you could have done play action there, because the Stars had 10 guys in the box. Or you could have, what I was saying about how you changed the formation to go under center, and take the snap, put Darius Victor behind you, so he's got a running start, and he could just power ahead. Good point, but the Generals need to score. Yes, they do need to score. The Stars' defense has played very, very well. And annoyingly for the Generals, their two best drives were ones that ended in turnovers. The turnover on downs, as well as the interception. And, for the Stars, offensively, aside from their first drive, they haven't been overly impressive. Yes, they did score a touchdown, but as I mentioned before, they got the ball inside, like, it may have been inside the 10, I'm not sure. But it was, like, really close to the goal line. So, I feel like the Generals played a little bit better than the Stars, even though the scoreboard doesn't show that. Offensively, the Generals have moved the ball more. I feel like they've been more effective. There's just two plays. The interception and the time they got stopped short on fourth down. And then defensively, they've been really good. I mean, the only thing that the defense didn't do was get a turnover. But otherwise, they were really, really good. This may be the first time the Generals have been shut out in the first half. It probably is. Oh yeah, here it is right here. The first time the Generals shut out in the first half this season. First half stats, I was just going to pull those up. Generals have more passing yards and rushing yards, which obviously leads to more total yards. So the only thing the Generals do have a turnover, technically two if you're going to count the turnover on downs, which is technically a turnover. For the Generals, you have the MVP on your team, Turpin. You've targeted him what, twice? And you've handed the ball to him twice. And you've looked his way 3 times. He's really, really good with the ball in his hands when he gets into space. I want them to get the ball to Turpin more. He's not the MVP for nothing. I'm just going to pull up Turpin's stats really quickly. Like, he doesn't... I don't think he's, like, gonna blow you away with big plays, but maybe you have to look his way 10 times or something like that. 12.3 yards per reception. That is pretty good. But it's not like someone who's you're gonna have to throw the ball to like 100 times. And the USFL, the Generals are really a first half team. 14.2 points in the first half, which is the best in the USFL. They were shut out. So obviously that's not what you want to see if you're a General fan. Go Cougars. It's the Generals and the Stars. There's no Cougars. Oh, I forgot to put out a poll of who you think will win. Sorry about that. I always do that at halftime, and I forgot. Here is Eccles Looper and on the kick return. Looked like the ball came out at the end. And it's Stars ball. Wow, that was... Uh-oh, sorry about that. Horrible start for the Generals. As... Let's see what happened here. Did he just drop the ball? He's on the ground. Is he being touched by a star there? I'm not going to do... They are reviewing this. Let's see. But because I forgot to put a poll out, just let me know in the comments who's going to win. I'm still going Generals. Because you do have to be down by contact. But he went down on his own. Not sure what they're going to rule on this. They're going to rule Stars football. So that was the worst start the Generals could have had. As they give it right to the Stars in really good field position. Let's go Generals. Just saw that comment. Sorry about that. Also rooting for the Generals here. And now the Generals are challenging the play. Alright, let's see what's happening here. So the Generals are challenging the play, but they just reviewed it, so what is there to challenge? I'm confused. Unless there's... I'm not understanding the rule correctly. Apparently you can't challenge that? Alright, I have no idea what's going on right now. Alright, I'm not sure. So apparently you can't challenge that. But now the Stars have the ball on the Generals' 36-yard line. The Generals' defense needs to come up big here. Here's Maurice Alexander to throw it. And he finds Devin Gray after about a gain of 8. Oh, I put 8. It's going to be 2nd and 2. 2nd and 3, of course. Second and 3. Play clock winding down. Just get the snap off. Here's a give to Colburn up the middle, and no one's there. And he gets the first down. Here's drone cam. I don't know why we need so many replays of this. Oh, apparently there is an injury. Alright, and there's some injury on the play. Never saw who was hurt. Yeah, I'm not sure. So, there's some kind of injury on the play. I don't know who's hurt. I'm trying to figure out whose injury it is. I don't think it's... It seemed like it was a Stars player. Oh, it's running back Matt Colburn getting carried off the field by a teammate, as well as, don't know who that is, the trainer. So hopefully he's okay. It's never a good sign when you see someone get carried off the field. Under pressure, Cook is lobs it up. Intercepted! Let's go, Mike Bell. Thank you. Mike Bell. Flag does fly at the end of the play. Generals are playing this bad. What's going on? They're really not playing bad. They just got themselves a huge turnover. Now Cookus is hurt after taking a hit as he threw it. Really the Generals aren't playing that badly. Alright, just don't be a bad penalty. If they're gonna call that roughing the passer... I'm not sure. Let's see what the flag is. Did go back by where Cookus was. So, I don't think you can call that roughing the passer. Can I see them getting back into this game? Definitely. They're only down by 10. They're a really, really good team. I definitely think the Generals are going to make a comeback. And I think this is the start of it with this interception. Alright, it was some kind of penalty. I don't know what it was. But 1st and 10 Generals. Here is DeAndre Johnson in at quarterback. He gives to Trey Williams, who gets a first down. Good running there by Trey Williams. But to answer your question, yes, I think the Generals can get back into this game. This is definitely the start of it right here. That interception was huge. And now the Stars could potentially be without 2 huge offensive pieces in Case Cookus and Matt Colburn. DeAndre Johnson in again at quarterback, or still I should say. Trey Williams to his left. He's been more of the running back ever since we've seen more of him than Darius Victor. Trey Williams again. He slipped. No, he was down. Seen a lot of people slip today. Eccles Looper, the kick returner, slipped twice. In fact, he fumbled once. Luis Perez now in at quarterback. He's the only person for the Generals that's attempted to pass this game. Here's Turpin. Nope. Fake jet sweep. Perez, deep shot, wide open, Darius Shepard! Down the sideline. Oh, tackled down at the 5-yard line. Huge play by Generals. Down at the 5-yard line. They just forgot about him. Double move. He just completely burnt the corner. Not like they forgot about him. Just a great route there by Shepard. Another really, really good throw there by Luis Perez, who's been really good on deep passes. And really, really accurate as well. 1st and goal. Here's DeAndre Johnson. And the quarterback draw on the first play. That now brings up 2nd and goal. DeAndre Johnson still in at quarterback. I would assume this is going to be another run. You're at the 2-yard line. You've got Johnson or Victor. Darius Victor hit in the backfield, but is able to power through that tackle and get down to the 1-yard line to bring up 3rd and goal. Johnson comes out. Perez comes back in. You've got your options. You could throw the ball, run the ball. Alright, they're going to throw the ball. They took DeAndre Johnson and Darius Victor out. Trey Williams is the running back. There's no way they're going to run the ball. They're going to throw this ball. No, it's a toss to Trey Williams. Okay. And is he short? He's short, of course. He lowered his shoulder, and yeah, he's just short. He's about half a yard short at the end zone, or the goal line. And now the Stars have another injury. This time it's Lewis. So now, big decision for the Generals. If you're going to throw the ball, run the ball, or if you're going to go for it in the first place, or if you're going to kick the field goal. So you passed up the points the first time, but then again, your kicking has not been good. I don't know. Do you go for this? Let me know in the comments. Do you go for this? The defense must be playing a blunder. Get the points on the board. So, General's kicking has not been good, as I just said a few minutes ago. You passed up the points before, but I mean, you're like half a yard away from the end zone. I don't know. This time, I think I'm taking the points. The defense has been playing really, really well. Field goal distance, it's going to be like 18 yards. Who do you want to win? You're a Stars fan and you want to see the Stars win. I'm actually a General fan. So, I'm rooting for the Generals and want them to win. The Stars might steal this win, to be honest. They could. And the Generals are going to line up to go for this. But the Stars can definitely steal this win. DeAndre Johnson, Darius Victor in. They're probably going to run this ball. We've got Randy Satterfield. Here's give to Victor. I think he's in. And, yeah, we got a signal saying he's in. Let's see the... Yeah, touchdown Generals. Okay. Generals get right back in this one, getting it 10-6. Here's the overhead view. Yeah, he got in. He may have even gotten in the first time, but the extra effort definitely pushed him in. No, I think he was just short the first time. Yeah, but the extra effort, yeah, he's in. Okay. Darius Victor with... Yeah, finally is right. Took the Generals quite some time to score, but they finally did. Darius Victor with, I believe that's his 10th touchdown on the season. Playoffs included, obviously. Yeah, that's his overall 10th touchdown on the season. Oh, now that I see this. So, alright, I'll get back to this in a second. But Generals do kick the extra point, and it is good to make it 7-0. Sorry, 10-7. What was I going to say? I was just going to say something. Oh, about the crowd. So behind the Generals bench, like... So you've got... So here, I'll use this as an example. So you've got the view you see as, like, the camera. So you see this part of the crowd. You've got the playing field, you've got the Stars bench, Generals bench. Behind the Generals bench, where there's a lot of shade, because it's, like, 90 degrees there, it's very, very full. So overall, a very, very good sized crowd. So the Generals just made this a 3-point game. A huge turn of events between the interception, the Case Cookus injury, the big play to Darius Shepard, and then the touchdown run by Darius Victor. Yo, how's it going? How are you doing? So, something to watch for the Stars is, will Case Cookus come back onto the field? He's on the bike at the moment. The Stars need to stay focused, otherwise the Generals will get back into it. Well, the Generals really are right back into it, but like I get what you're saying about how the Stars need to stay focused after losing two big offensive pieces. Because otherwise they may give up the lead. Yes, definitely agree with what you're saying. So the Stars take it on the kickoff. Here is Maurice Alexander while he got drilled. Great punt coverage there by the Generals, as he's tackled at his own 12 or 13 yard line. There is a late flag. There was a big hit on the play. Do I have an NFL team I support? I root for the Giants. Or I'm a Giant fan. So I'm a Yankee fan for baseball who's just got no hit today. There's no flag. Okay. USFL, I'm a General fan. Then hockey fan, I'm Rangers. Not really a basketball fan. And did I get all the sports? Yeah, I got them. Okay. KJ Costello is the quarterback for the Stars. Case Cookus not out there after getting injured at the end of last drive. Neither is Matt Colburn. 2nd and 1 now for the Stars, sorry. Matt Colburn is in the injury tent still, it appears. Here's a run for a first down. I don't know who the Stars' backup running back is. It usually is Paul Terry, but he's out with some sort of injury. So number 6 for the Stars. Darnell Holland. Okay. Stars 21-17. I could see that. Costello with a screen. Holland taken down in the backfield. Have you made any big moves during the offseason? You're from the UK, so you're sort of out of the loop. Okay. The Giants, I assume you're talking about. Not really. They had a really good draft though. Getting Kayvon Thibodeau and Evan Neal. but not like any really like big free agent signings or anything like that. Here's number 12. I don't know who that is, and he gets a 5-yard run to bring up 3rd and 8. No, 3-yard run. Sorry, don't know how I count it. But what was I saying? So how about you? What NFL team do you root for if you have a favorite NFL team? And now Destiny Veio, hopefully I said his name correctly. Big General's defensive tackle is down on the ground with an injury. So now for the Stars, they're without their running back and their quarterback at the moment. So it's going to be interesting to see how they use the backups at both position. Because I feel like they could still, like, running backs, yeah, they're good, but like they're not like a, how do I say this? They're not a, their positional value is not that high. So like you could have a few good running backs, or like a few running backs that can get the job done. But like quarterback, it's different. I feel like they're gonna be a little bit more cautious with Costello than Case Cookus, because I definitely feel like Case Cookus is the better quarterback. You've been a Patriots fan since 2001, okay, and but the coverage in the UK is limited. Okay. 2001, that's before I was even born. I was born in 2006. Third and 8, 7:32 remaining in the third quarter. Top 3 receivers today for the Stars. Bug Howard only has 1 catch for 14 yards, and the other 2. Costello taking a deep shot down the field. Oh, and of course he had to catch it. There's number 12. That is, don't know who that is. Number 12, I think I said. Chris Rowland. Right as I said, I think they're going to be a little bit more like careful with Costello. He winds up takes a huge shot downfield. So now, into General's territory after that big play. Here is, don't know who that is with the run. That gets 5. Case Cookus is throwing on the sideline, so he will probably come back in at some point. But now we got a 2nd and 6. Looks like there's some confusion at the moment. And they're just going to take a timeout. I think KJ Costello was trying to tell Stars coach Bart Andrus he couldn't hear the play call. because the quarterbacks have a earpiece in their helmets. They can hear the play call. So 2nd and 6. KJ Costello didn't play a whole lot in the regular season. Only 10 pass attempts, completing 4 of them for 69 yards. Today, he's 2 for 2 for I don't know how many yards that said. Looks like Cookus is okay to go back in. So that's a good sign for Stars fans and for the Stars. Second and 6. Here's a run with, I don't know, these backup running backs for the Stars. That gets 3 to bring up 3rd and 3. Chris Rowland. He's a receiver. 3rd and 3. Third and 3, Stars 2 for 4 on 3rd down with an average of 6.5 yards to go. This one, it's about half the usual distance, 3rd and 3. Here's another run. How did he get through there? But here's a 1st down run by Holland, I believe is his name. Yes, Holland, who's number 6, as there's a 1st down. It seemed like the Generals had a whole bunch of people right there. They had safety Shimon Mulani come up. He almost hit him in the backfield. Then you had one guy miss tackle and another guy miss tackle before he got the 1st down. Here is... Oh, big hit. Fumble! He fumbled! Mike Bell with the fumble recovery. Huge play there for the Generals, as another big play by the Generals defense. Again, in the red zone, or close to the red zone. Yeah, he wasn't down. The ball came out first. Good hit there to force the fumble. Clean hit. And then Mike Bell, good job to pick it up there. How many quarters are there? I saw someone else answer that, but there's 4. You're a Stars fan, and hello from Brazil, a Stars fan. Hi to everyone that just joined. Here's Perez, almost just dropped a snap. Escapes the pressure over the middle, off the hands of tight end Braden Bowman. You're welcome for answering your question. 2nd and 10. Safety Paris Ford forced the fumble there. And Mike Bell has a fumble recovery and an interception. Here's Darius Victor. I'm pretty sure that was the wrong read there to give it. He's going to get tackled back behind the line of scrimmage to bring up 3rd and 13. So I understand it is a very, very difficult read there to make as a quarterback. Alright, there's no flag in the play, actually. Why are the Generals playing so badly? They're usually the best team. Really, they're not playing that badly. The defense has been really, really good. The offense, they've just had two plays where one was a turnover on downs, and the other was a interception where Luis Perez, the quarterback, got hit when he threw it. So really, the Generals haven't played that bad at all. The Stars, they've just been pretty good. Here's Perez over the middle. There's Randy Satterfield, guy I just talked about before, saying he hadn't seen much action ever since week 1. But he got the catch there, but is short of the first down marker. To bring up 4th and 4. So yeah, the Generals, really, they haven't been that bad. I feel like they've actually played a pretty good game. As we've got they're actually going to mark it 4th and 3. Brock Miller, the Generals punter, kicks this one away, and it is a good kick as it rolls out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. So, big play by the Generals defense to force the fumble, but offense not able to do anything with it. As just a very quick 3 and out, and now the defense goes right back onto the field. Who do I think will win the championship? The final championship. Okay. So that's next Sunday. So we've got the winner of this game, the Stars Generals, against the winner of the Stallions Breakers. In my predictions video, I said it was going to be Generals against Stallions. I did actually not give a prediction for the championship game. But as of right now, I would say the Generals. Because I think the Generals are going to win this game. They've been playing much, much better in the second half. You think the Stars will win it? They could. I think they're... like, no offense to the Stars or anything like that, but I think they're definitely the worst team in the playoff. Even though the Breakers are 6 and 4, I think the Breakers are the better of the 6 and 4 teams. I would go Generals to win the championship, not just because I'm a General fan. I think they've been improving as the season's gone on, and while I do think the Stallions will win today, or later today against the Breakers, because they've beaten them twice already, the Stallions have not played very, very well recently. Ever since, like, week 6 or week 7, I forget what week it was, when they play the Maulers, they haven't been playing very well. And I do think they're going to get past the Breakers later today, but I don't think next week they're going to get past the Generals. Therefore, I have the Generals winning the championship. So starts with the football, 1st and 10. Case Cook is back in the game. Holland is the running back. Oh no. Alright, Holland with the ball. Bounces it back before being tackled by Shimon Ngwani. After about a gain of 4. The score right now is 10-7. Second and 7. Here's Cookus. Takes a deep shot over the middle. Why is the receiver that wide open? But there is DeAndre Overton with the catch. Second drive in a row, the Generals have allowed a Huge play. Right, first and goal. Thank you. Yes, it is first and goal. You are right. Um, Breaker's winning it all. Slaughter is the GOAT. He has been really, really good this year. Here's Cookus outside. There is Overton again. No, that was Bug Howard. But look like he hurt his knee somehow. And he goes off the field. Alright, so the Stars are going to score. I think they could. Who's got the ball? So if you see, which over here, yeah, right here. It's going to be right there. The ball right there. That's who has the ball. Generals would be over here. So whoever's got the ball, there's going to be a football under them, and also the score is right there. Flag. There should have been flag where? Here's Cookus. End zone knocked away. Wait, it should have been a flag where? Wait, no flag where? Where should there have been a flag? That play right there going to the end zone? Oh, roughing the passer. Oh, okay. I wasn't even looking there. Here's Cookus looking to the end zone. Too high, and that's going to bring up fourth and goal. And also the end to the third quarter. Oh, I forgot to change the first and goal every time. Alright, I see what you're saying with roughing the passer. I just wasn't looking there. I was looking at the ball to see if there was potentially like a pass interference call, but it was just good coverage. But I didn't see a roughing the passer. 15 minutes left. Thank you. But yes, that is true, and that also reminded me to change it to quarter number 4. Lower scoring game than I expected. The Stars do have fourth and goal. They're not really that close to the goal line, or that close to the end zone, whichever way you want to put it. So, I'm going to go and say the Stars are probably going to kick a field goal here. Let me check where they are. They're at the Generals' 8-yard line on fourth and goal. So yeah, I think they're going to kick it here. You thought it would be Generals 100-0. Yeah. I think the Generals are the better team. I always thought it would be close. I never thought it would be like a blowout. But, I did think the Generals would come out on top. I mean, they still have a chance. There's 15 minutes left. Quite a snooze fest. Yeah, I mean, the action... Like, I thought this would be the more entertaining game of the two. Apparently, hopefully, the one later today is better. The action has picked up in the second half. Because... Oh, what was I saying? Oh, because there's been a bunch of turnovers, big plays, stuff like that. But the first half, I can agree with you on that. That was very, very boring. But the action so far in the third quarter, and we haven't been in the fourth quarter yet, but it has been... The action definitely picked up. They just need a touchdown if they just need a touchdown if the Stars kick a field goal to tie it up at 13. If the Stars kick a field goal to make it 13-7, Generals need a touchdown and an extra point to make it 14-13. Very true. It's still a one-possession game, even with a field goal. But even though it would make it a two-possession game with a touchdown, I don't think they're going to go for it on 4th and goal from the 8. And they're winding up to kick a field goal. Agree with the call. From the left hash, this is a 26-yard attempt, and he missed it off the right upright, and it is no good. Good snap, good hold. The kick was just off the upright. He missed the field goal. That is huge. And now the Generals got the ball back. Now it can be 13 or 14-10. Yes, exactly. Now, if it's 14-10, that makes it, you need a touchdown because there's no 4-point. Yeah, if the Generals score a touchdown, yeah. I knew what you meant there. So 1st and 10 for the Generals. Hold on, let me change just I forgot to. Over the middle, Perez to Randy Satterfield. And Satterfield's got a Generals first down. Is Darius Shepard injured? I haven't seen him on the field much in the second half. Because right now, you've got 3 receivers out in the field. You've got Cavante Turpin, Alonzo Moore, and Turpin, Moore, and Satterfield. Perez right back to Satterfield. This time complete again. This time no first down. Brings up 2nd and 5. The Stars have had a bad second half so far. I would definitely agree with that. Here is Trey Williams, who runs for a first down. Very, very good ball movement by... Sorry, not sure if you guys heard that. There was just a big bang upstairs. The Generals have had a better second half. Yes, definitely. Also, thank you for reminding me 1st and 10. The Stars had a good first half. The Generals with a much, much better second half. Here's Perez. Quickly throwing to Trey Williams, the running back out of the backfield. There's a flag down after the... There is a flag down. It is holding, so that'll probably... Well, that will come back to be 1st and 20, right? If I did that correctly. Alright, yeah, on the left tackle. Where am I watching the game? You're on Fox. I'm also on Fox. Here is Turpin. Oh, big hit. Knocked down on after a gain of 5 to bring up 2nd and 15. There is a flag down and also some pushing and shoving on the general sideline. Let's see what the calls are here. There may be more than one. Alright, let's see. So we got an unnecessary roughness penalty on the Generals. Because it was after the play, it's also going to be a... Oh, I know what the penalty is. Tight end Braden Bowman just didn't stop blocking, even after he went down. So that's what the penalty was. So now that's going to bring up 2nd and 25. Refs have been good today, I would agree. No, that was actually Wooly Brandon who was the penalty. But yeah, the refs have been very good. Overall, in the entire USFL season, I've found the refs have been very good. Haven't missed a lot of calls. Most calls I've agreed with. Actually, wait, now it's 2nd and 30? Next thing you know, it'll be 2nd and a football field. 2nd and 90. 2nd and 100. Alright, here's Perez. Quick throw out of the backfield. Trey Williams tripped up behind the line of scrimmage to bring up a 3rd and 32. Alright, if I'm the Generals, I'm just running a nice, easy, just safe play like that. Next play on 3rd and 32, I'm not going to go take a crazy shot downfield or something like that. Let me put it this way. I would go take a deep shot downfield to make it like if it's an interception, it's an arm punt. But otherwise, I'm just going to go... Oh, looks like they are going to take... Nope, they're just going to dump it off to Trey Williams. That ball may have bounced before he caught it, I'm not sure. Yeah, they are going to mark that incomplete. That brings up 4th and 32. The Stars' defense is good. They have been much better today than they've been all season. Generals do or die. Do they go for it? No, there's still plenty of time remaining. There's still 11 minutes. And they're only down by 3. When your defense has been playing really, really well, you've got a good punter in Brock Miller to punt it pretty far down the field. No chance you go for this on 4th and 32. Fair catch called for at his own 35-yard line by Maurice Alexander, Stars punt returner. Y'all subscribe? Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you very much for subscribing. So now, what was I saying? Oh, fun fact, Brock Miller's punt only went 8 yards beyond the first down marker. what happened to the Stallions after week 6 and week 7. They just weren't playing that well. Ever since either week 6 or week 7, I can't remember. They haven't been playing well. They lost to the Gamblers. I was just going to say that. I was going to say they suffered their first loss of the season. But, I mean, they haven't played well. It's just they've played good enough to win. But it hasn't been the best they could play at all. So, Stars with the football. With their main players. Yeah, the Stallions play just really dropped off after like week 5 when they were 5-0. They went 6-0, 7-0. I think they even went 8-0, I'm pretty sure. Before they lost to the Gamblers. But yeah, the Stallions only rested their main players last week, I believe. So here's the winning undefeated got to them. Not really sure that's the case, but okay. Here's Cookus, rolls out right and fires on the run. There is... Never mind, that's incomplete. It looked incomplete, but I just wanted to say he caught it because he did catch the ball. But he was out of bounds. Here's a replay. Let's check it out. Let's see. Cook is on a designed rollout. One. Did he get down? No, only got 1 foot down. Your stream died, so we're relying on me for updates. Thank you for joining us. Here's Cookus. Takes a shot down the near sideline. That was incomplete. Intended for, I believe his name is Devin Gray. Yeah, Devin Gray, wide receiver out of Cincinnati. That was close, but it was incomplete. Another call I agree with. Stats. I'll get to those in 1 second. I'll get to the comments in 1 second. Here's Cookus on 3rd and 10. Also forgot to change that from 2nd and 10 to 3rd and 10. Wow, he's going to take a deep shot and wind up. Thankfully, he did not catch that. The Generals tipped that about 5 times. And if he caught that, I would have been furious. Generals had 3 guys back there. Oh, actually, it went off from Maurice Alexander in the first place. That's how he was able to keep control of it. But now, punt it away. I'll get to the comments in 1 second, as I said a minute ago. Here is Kavante Turpin breaking some tackles, and now he's got some room to run. Turpin, let's go! Kavante Turpin with his 2nd kick return touchdown, or punt return touchdown of the season. Kavante Turpin gives the Generals the 13-10 lead on a huge punt return touchdown. That's why you have that guy returning punts. The Generals really should make him the kick returner as well. But he made it. He's just really, really good. Fielded on a bounce. Made 1 man miss. 2 man miss. 2 man miss. 3. You got the Generals on the money line. Okay. Best USFL mascot? I really have no idea. Touchdown. Yes, that was a touchdown. The MVP just did an MVP thing. I was just gonna say that. He's been so valuable for the Generals. Used as a receiver, as a runner. Even in the kick return game, we've now seen 2 touchdowns. Is he hurt? It looks like someone's hurt. They didn't show who. But Turpin is not hurt, no. Alright, let me pull up the USFL mascots real quick. Because now I wonder what they look like. USFL mascots. Looking at the mascots, none of them look like amazing. I would have to go with the best are either the Stallions or the Stars. I'd probably go Stars. You're gonna call it the Stars, the Atlanta Falcons. It's 28-3, 10-0. Not quite, but they did blow the lead. I mean, there's still plenty of time remaining. But getting to the stats that someone asked for before. I'll just go through a few. Case Cook is for the Stars, only 6 of 15 for 93 yards and a pick. He's also their leading rusher. And for the Generals, because they just came back from commercial break, Generals, Kavante Turpin had that return touchdown, which was 79 yards. And the extra point is up and good to make it 14-10 Generals. I thought they actually already kicked the extra point, to be honest. New Jersey defense has to feed I think you mean feed off the touchdown. The Generals defense has been really good. They gave up an opening drive field goal. And then when they gave up the touchdown, so the Generals defense gave up an opening drive field goal, and then they gave up a touchdown, but the Stars started already in the red zone because of a long interception return. The Stars have had many chances in the game to score, but they haven't scored yet in the second half. Yes and no. The second half, they really haven't had many chances. They did have the one where the Generals turned it over. Am I going to live stream the Stallions when the Stallions play the Breakers? Yes, I will. That will start at about 7:50, so soon. But yeah, just like this, I will be doing the exact same thing, just for the other game. Here's Maurice Alexander with a good kick return, and he's up all the way to the 45-yard line. Alright, here we go. I'm blocking the down and distance, which I gotta change from 4th and 10 to 1st and 10. Alright, here we go. You bet on the Breakers late in the game. Okay. First and 10. Still no Matt Colburn for the Stars after he left with an injury. Still don't know what his injury is. Looked like some kind of leg injury, so he had to get carried off the field. Here is Holland. Got stopped after a yard to bring up 2nd and 9. I thought I put 4th and 10. I meant to put 1st and 10. Yeah, I just realized I kept it at 4th and 10 instead of changing it to 1st and 10. Now we got 2nd and 8. Here's Cookus. Fires. Wide open receiver. There is... Don't know who that is. Number 2. On the Stars. Oh, that's Sewell. Jordan Sewell, wide receiver out of Southern Oregon. The Stars have a chance now. They've always had a chance. They're only down by 4 points. It's a one-score game. It looked like the cornerback, Dravion Hugh Henry, stumbled in coverage there. But yeah, the Stars definitely do have a chance. They're at the Generals 27, and there's still plenty of time remaining. There's still 9 minutes. Oh, you meant to score a touchdown. Yeah, definitely. Here's Cookus rolling out right. There's Sewell again. No, that's not Sewell. Yeah, it is. Okay, never mind. Second and 9. Again, I forgot to change to 1st and 10. Sorry about that, guys. Second and 9. Oh, Toby Johnson could have got there. That would have been huge. But here is a Devin Gray, who gets a first down and makes that one 1st and 10. Stars will get a field goal this drive. Case Cookus definitely looks like he's not 100% right now. I could see a field goal. The Generals' defense has been really, really good. This is probably their worst. There's a good tackle by Shimon Ngawani. But, I mean, really either field goal or touchdown. Obviously, a touchdown's better for the Stars because it would give them at least a 2-point lead. Ideally, a 3-point lead. But, I don't know. Alright, so 2nd and 8. Again, I forgot to change it, but I just remembered. 2nd and 8. And Case Cookus saw the play clock winding down and called a timeout. Come on, Generals, we can do it. They definitely can do it, and I think they will. And I sure hope they do. So 2nd and 8. interception on the way. Are the Stars not going to be the Falcons? I don't know. They could be. Here's 2nd and 8. Cookus. Under pressure. Towards the back of the end zone. Incomplete, intended for Devin Gray. Let's bring up 3rd and 8. Where on the field are they? They're at the Generals' 14-yard line. So pretty close to scoring, definitely in field goal range. So we got 3rd and 8 now for the Stars. Here's Cookus. Over the middle. Good tackle there. But he found Devin Gray again. And that brings up a 4th and 4. Interesting decision here for the Stars. They're going to kick the field goal and make it a 1-point game with 6 minutes left. Or are they going to go for it? Favorite USFL team is the Generals. They're going to settle for field goal if they don't make it on 3rd down. There is 6 minutes left. Yeah, 14-13. And to answer your question, I am a General fan. So obviously, I definitely hope they win this. Alright, guys, 1 second. Alright, sorry, I was just asking someone if they can come fill my water so I don't have to get up and leave. Who do you think is the best uniforms? That's a good question. I did my uniform rankings back when the USFL first started. And I believe I ranked Stallions 1, Generals 2, Breakers 3. I believe that's what they were. That was a few months ago. So Generals getting the ball back. There's exactly 5 minutes and 55 seconds remaining. Cam Eccles-Looper back deep to receive the kick, even after his fumble lost, and he's also slipped down a few times on the kick return. Yes, okay. Who's my second favorite USFL team? Here's Eccles-Looper fielding it inside his own 5-yard line. Breaking it outside. Now he's got some space. And again, he fell down. This guy has a problem with slipping. There is a flag on the field. So let's see what the call is. But my second favorite USFL team. That is a really, really good question. I don't know if I have one. So there was holding on the return. Thank you. But yes, that was a holding flag. Alright, for my second favorite USFL team, I really don't know. DeAndre Johnson in at quarterback. Darius Victor is the running back. I would say the Stallions could be my second favorite. I'm not quite sure. 1st and 10. Sorry, I forgot to change this. Here is Victor powering his way forward. Let's bring up 2nd and 5. So, New Jersey Red is nice, but Birmingham is the best. Agreed. They can't do it interception holding the ball too long. I do think the Generals are definitely going to try to drain this clock. Here is Victor again with another run, and this time getting 4 yards to bring up a 3rd and 1. Thanks for reminding me it's 3rd and 2. The time left, there's 4 minutes and 30 seconds exactly. Here is Victor, and he gets the first down. How many yards to a touchdown? So, sorry, I also forgot. The Generals have the ball, not the Stars. Sorry about any confusion that may have caused. Here's Victor getting the ball once again, and he's going to get a first down once again. But right now, the Generals are on their own 47-yard line, I believe. If that is correct, that may have been a play behind. No, that was correct. They're on their own 47-yard line. So about 53 yards to a touchdown. Did you hear that there's a 3-point conversion in this week? I did. There's been only 2 attempts, both by the Stars. 1 successful, 1 unsuccessful. Here's DeAndre Johnson, tried to keep this one, but slipped down. Have you watched DeAndre Johnson at Last Chance U? I have not. 2:51 left is the time remaining. If the Generals score a touchdown, do you think the Stars can come back? No, I don't think there's going to be enough time. If the Generals score a touchdown, I'd say it's over. Three-point conversion, you're going to start from the 10-yard line. Wait a minute, we'll have to... If they score a touchdown, so say they get 7, that puts it 21-13. That's an 8-point game. Wait, now you guys have got me thinking. So that would make it an 8-point game if it's 21-13. So you can make it a 9-point game by going for 2. I'd probably go for 2 if I score a touchdown. But then to answer your question, can the Stars come back? Yes, they can come back. I didn't realize it would still be a 1-score game. They're not giving the ball up this drive. I agree, the Generals are definitely going to try to drain as much clock as possible here. 2nd and 12, also forgot to change it. Alright, there we go. Two minutes and 18 seconds left. 2nd and 12 for the Generals. Darius Victor and DeAndre Johnson in the backfield. Johnson, the quarterback. Here's Victor again. This time, nowhere to go, so he gets stopped to bring up 3rd and 12. And the Stars spend their final timeout. They're actually going to mark it 3rd and 11. The Stars spend their final timeout with 2:13 remaining. The Stars now have no timeouts remaining. Generals have good running plays. They can drain a lot of time right now, I hope. They definitely could, but now it's 3rd and 11, so big play here. And it looks like Luis Perez may be coming onto the field at quarterback to potentially throw the ball. Stars use final timeout, yes. So that answers your question. Stars have no timeouts. Yeah, Luis Perez does come on at quarterback. So I would expect somewhat of a pass play here. I can't show the game due to copyright reasons. 3rd and 11. Devontae Turpin winds up in the slot on this play. Perez under pressure, and he's going to get taken down. And he's going to get sacked to bring up 4th and 12. You really don't like Perez. What do I think of him? I think he's fine. Why don't you like him? I'm just curious. I think he's not the most mobile guy. Is that the 2-minute warning? Yes, it is. 2-minute warning. Alright, 2 minutes left. Alright, so let me know in the comments who's going to win. 2 minutes remaining. Oh, did not want to do that. But I think Perez, he's a very, very efficient quarterback. And I'm going to actually go take a very, very short break. Typically, I don't let the 2-minute warning. But I will be like right back, and I'm going to go very, very quickly so I don't miss anything. So I will be right back. I'm going to go take the shortest possible break, and I will see you in a second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. It took me... Wait, the Stars scored? Alright, and of course I had to miss something that was really, really fascinating. But now apparently the Stars are going for 2. What happened? Let me see if I can. Here's Cookus rolling out right. Fires over the middle. Knocked away. But the Stars do somehow have a 19-14. Oh, it was a kick return touchdown? Alright, so the Stars lead this one 19-14. That was like the most unfortunate kick return touchdown, like timing wise, of all time for the Generals. Alright, so let me get back to these comments real quick. I'm gonna go back a little while because we have a lot of comments to catch up on. Thoughts on the 2 quarterback system? I don't mind it. I would prefer if it was 1, but like, I do like how they have DeAndre Johnson come in as the runner. You like how Johnson plays more because he's fearless? Okay. That is good, but it also can come with risks like certain turnovers and stuff like that. Yeah, I sure hope the Generals got the win right now. I'm just keeping this over here, the ball marker. Alright, there's still plenty of time. There's 1 minute and 41 seconds remaining. Wait, is Kavonte Turpin returning this kick? I don't understand why the Generals don't have Kavonte Turpin. It's a squib kick. Why would they do that? To give him more time to get down there? Darius Victor picks it up, and he... Oh, I thought he fumbled. He runs with it. Uh-oh. Darius Victor looks hurt. He ran the guy over. Uh-oh. Imagine the Generals get a return touchdown. That would be crazy. But now the Generals may have to do this without Darius Victor, who took a pretty big hit from Dixon. No helmet-to-helmet contact. Shoulder to helmet and shoulder to helmet. Let's see. Hopefully they're both okay. Stars going to the championship game. Looks that way as of now, but I sure hope not. The last thing I want as a General fan, and the Generals want, is for Darius Victor to be hurt, and he's still down. He's been so important to this team. 20-19 the final? Oh, Generals over the Stars. I'm thinking, how do you get 1 point? But, yeah, I could see that. I hope so. There's 1 minute 36 remaining. Alright, so they go to commercial break with Darius Victor still down on the field. In Johnson we trust. It's not just going to be Johnson, I can assure you of that, for the final drive. They're going to put in Luis Perez as well. But it may be Luis Perez, because you don't have a ton of time. How many timeouts do they have? They have 2 timeouts. And now if you're going to be switching in quarterbacks that every play, unless you're going to have this guy, you're going to have, like, say, Luis Perez is in there. You're going to need to have him know, like, right away to come out after the play. Because if you're going to be, like, no huddling and stuff like that. If the Stars play the Stallions, who do you think would win? And everyone in the comments, I'm asking you guys who will win, Stars or Stallions. Alright, so they actually played. Darius Victor is now on the bench. But Stars, Stallions, I would go Stallions. Alright, yeah, Luis Perez in at quarterback for the Generals. Now down 19-14. He has led them back on a win. Here's the other running back, Trey Williams. Minute 31 remaining. Stars will beat the Breakers if the Breakers win. Okay, I can see that. 2nd and 2. They do need to go fast, but they don't need to rush. They still have a minute and 19 seconds remaining. 2nd and 2. Perez still in a quarterback. Steps up in the pocket and fires. First down complete. There's Kavante Turpin, the USFL MVP. Of course, the Generals have to make me nervous right now. Yeah, the game's not over. Stallions, Generals, that's what I really, really want to see. Minute and 6 seconds remaining. Now the clock starts running. Here's Perez. He started to roll out, didn't really need to. Now he's just going to throw. Alonzo Moore! Alonzo Moore! He didn't step out of bounds. He better not have stepped out of bounds before he caught that. A flag was thrown. Oh, he stepped. He may have been pushed out, but he was out of bounds before he caught the ball. Oh, and they're also saying he may have pushed off. I'm not. They could say that too. Here's what the ref saw. He went out on his own power. So now, 52 seconds left. No, it's not incomplete. It's a penalty because he touched the ball. So, illegal touching, that's one penalty. There's a second penalty as well. That was worst case scenario for the Generals. Now they have 1st and 20. How much time left? They're gonna put time back on the clock. $52 seconds. Alright, here's Perez. Looking to throw. Just dumps it off to Trey Williams. Oh, he went inside. He had to go out of bounds there. Yeah, 52 seconds. There is a flag on the field. $45 seconds left. 1st and 20 for the Generals. Wait, there was some kind of other flag. I'm not sure what it was. Let me check really quickly. First and 15. 45 seconds left at their own 49-yard line. Generals do need a touchdown. Here's Perez. Trey Williams. Well, pass intended for Trey Williams, but there is another flag down on the field. Yeah, another flag, I know. Wait, it was 1st and 15? Wait, so now that's going to make it 1st and 10. With 41 seconds left. We're going to call offsides. Stars offsides. Now, that makes it 1st and 10. With 41 seconds left. That is big for the Generals. Alright, 1st and 10. Here's Perez. Takes a deep shot down the field. Oh, and it's intercepted. There is a flag down on the field. Let's see what it is. It could be roughing the passer. He was hit. Let's see. No, I don't think it's roughing the passer. Yeah, the Stars get the football with the interception. Maybe taunting. It's probably going to be taunting. Because he was waving bye to the Generals. That's my guess. It's probably going to be taunting. The Generals only turned the ball over 8 times this season, and now they've turned the ball over 3 times today. Yeah, it does look like the Stars are going to go to the final. Yeah, so the Stars advanced to the final. And one second. Let me just fix this. So the Stars advance to the final. And they win by a final score of 19-14. Yeah, the underdogs did win the game. So, Luis Perez, he was going to go take a deep shot downfield. He was going to go take a deep shot downfield. I think he was looking for who's ever on, like, the post. He was going to go... That's what I think he was doing. But as he got hit, he underthrew it. We needed 2 best teams in the final. I can see Breakers winning tonight, being Breakers Stars, none watching. Yeah, the USFL definitely need the best teams in the final, which I definitely think were the Stars and Stallions and Generals. Yeah, Breakers Stallions next. You're welcome for doing the stream. Thank you guys for watching. In fact, we're going to be back here at 7:50 Eastern Time. Stars taking it all. It depends who they play in the playoffs. Or who in this championship game. My initial thinking was have to be no, but it definitely depends. So, we're actually going to do another live watch party just like this for the later game, the Breakers against the Stallions. That stream will start at 7:50. So, thank you guys for watching this stream. Make sure to like and subscribe. I hope to see you guys in about an hour and... I don't know. I'm not doing that math right now. But, didn't even see this. The Stars... Generals had a good season, finishing 9-1, but now finishing 9-2. Yup. You have 500 on this game. Nice job. So I hope to see you guys in a little while. And, so the Stars defeat the Generals 19-14. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in a little bit.